So I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Can't we just get this over quick?
Yeah, we can get it over quick, but it's not always on fair terms. Look, you need to pause. You need to just take a break, get organized before you file for the divorce. The quickest way, I think, to get a case over with, is to be as prepared as you can before you start. Get on the getting organized track.
And look, if your spouse is a controlling and manipulative person and he realizes that what you want is to get out of this quickly, if that's really what you want and what you need, it's going to be like blood in the water. He's going to use that to his advantage. He'll give you your freedom, but it's going to come at a much higher cost. And, if what you take out of the marriage in terms of money and financial support is important to you, you're probably going to get, far less if you start acting desperate?
Know that you will get away from this person. You will be divorced. The court's not going to hold up and say, no, you're not going to get divorced. You will be. You just have to take a breath and do it the right way.
And, to just make a little bit of a point here, the whole point of the divorce is to give yourself a better life, to get away from a toxic relationship and, have peace, not feel like you're walking on eggshells, learn how to respect yourself and maybe have fun in a day. And the divorce judgment, what you're going to eventually get from a court, is just a piece of paper. You don't have to wait until all this legal crap's over to start making your life better. You can be doing that all right now as the divorce process is going on, and you can be improving your life and not compromising your legal position by making it seem like you're desperate with your husband.
When you try to negotiate with somebody on your own, oftentimes you feel like you're going backwards. One day they agree to everything. The next day they backtrack and they take it away. It's literally a game of a seesaw, back and forth, back and forth.
And with these people, sometimes you get lulled into thinking you've agreed to something. Unless something is on paper and everybody has signed that there's an agreement and there's a court order, there is no agreement.
So until there's an agreement in writing signed.
Yeah.
Right.
So don't let them trick you by thinking it's agreed without having signed anything first. Because if nobody's signed anything, he's just going to go into court and try to take advantage of you. When you're dealing with a narcissist in divorce, you have to engage in resolution-focused litigation. That is litigation that is direct. You keep things moving forward. You don't allow people to stall the process. You show your husband that you are preparing to go to court and that you're ready to go to court. And then and only then is about the time that you're ever going to avoid court with him. Don't let him start controlling the legal process the way he can control your marriage, or your divorce is going to be just like your marriage and you'll continue to be unhappy.
You have to really focus on the end game, the light at the end of the tunnel. You're going to continue towards it along the way. He's going to try to take you off track, but you have to keep focusing on it and just allow all of that, what he aims at you, the stalling, the manipulation, the fear tactics, just to bounce off. I think the right time to speak with a lawyer is the time when you were questioning your marriage. Start at the very beginning. Start really early on so that you have a foundation of knowledge to know and to navigate the process, really. And you need to really choose the right lawyer too. There's a lot of lawyers out there that aren't as detailed or not as communicative as others. So you have to really make a good informed choice.
Yeah, go meet with an attorney the first time that you really think that the marriage may be going off track. And, there's a lot of information out there on the internet, stuff like this. And the fact is, a divorce for you is not going to be cookie cutter. You need to find out the things that are specific to your situation, so that as you're hopefully improving your marriage, never needing to go down the path of divorce, you know where the pitfalls are and the traps are, and you don't step into them.
And just know that if you chose the wrong lawyer from the start, it's okay to change. It's okay to change after you've hired them, after the case has started. There are strategic moments in the case that it may be better or worse to change lawyers at those particular times, but it's okay to talk to other lawyers if you have doubts. That little light in your head that's going off saying, maybe this is not right. This is not what I expected out of my marriage. That would be the time to, first of all, speak with a therapist to determine what is going on and to try to fix things early. And really, if things aren't fixed or if that doesn't go away, that little nagging feeling, then you need to speak with a lawyer at that time. It doesn't mean that you're going to hire the lawyer that day. It just means that you're going to get some information. At least at our firm, we have several lawyers that are devoted to giving that information to people during what we call a consultation and strategy session. It doesn't mean that they're going to hire right away, and most people don't. You know, very rarely do people hire on the spot, except for the people who really need it then and there.
And talking to the lawyer early is important, and really you should not be talking to your spouse about divorce until you have solidified a legal plan for the divorce with your attorney, including the timing of when you tell your husband. For a lot of people, the biggest way that divorces go wrong is when their spouse finds out that divorce is coming and can go and start doing the things that people do to make the divorce harder before it starts. And if your lawyer has already started your legal strategy, has it out in the open, usually they're able to do some things that minimize the ability of your spouse to make the divorce take longer than it needs to take. One of the biggest ways to see if your divorce is getting off track is if there are multiple extensions of deadlines happening. If that's happening, it means that the process is not moving along, and these difficult people, narcissists in a divorce, use stalls to their advantage. They like to cause chaos, and when deadlines in the legal process start stalling, they have more time to start screwing around and try to, manipulate you and push things off track.
Now, a few extensions of time, that's really routine in most cases. But if it's 6 months into a case, just for example, and you don't have their information at that point, that's a definite red flag. Your lawyer also, in the very beginning of the case, can take steps to get information directly from the third parties and not necessarily your spouse. They can send out requests to third parties. So talk to them about that so that you don't have this type of stall tactic happen in your case.